So the Prismatic Evolutions train is starting to leave. We have gotten many reprints over the past 3 to 4 months, and we are seeing signs already that a lot of that supply is drying up. In this video, I'm going to show you guys what has been going on with Prismatic Evolutions. I want to show you guys also some opportunities I see with products, and let's just get straight into it. So the first product here is just the normal Elite Trainer box. Honestly, guys, I truly believed that this second Costco drop would really, keep Prismatic ETBs at around $100 for a while, but I was wrong. You can see just this little dip here was really what the Costco drop did. It dropped prices from $104 all the way down to $95 one day, and you can see what it's at now. It didn't even really take a week for prices to go up, which is kind of crazy to think about because this second reprint was also coming off of the Sam's Club drop we got with the Elite Trainer box and the Pokeball. So I truly believed all these reprints back to back to back. It was first the Costco drop, the Sam's Club drop, then the Costco drop again. I truly believed this time around would be a generational opportunity to buy these ETBs. And there was opportunities during this time period, but as you can see, just a few weeks later after the drops, prices have actually gone up. It's been the total opposite of what I really thought was going to happen, and it's just a sign that a lot of people probably took advantage of buying these up, and just not as many seemingly hit the market here because I really truly believed we would see a pretty decent sized dip. I even mentioned I could see possibly ETBs going to $90, but they went down to $95 for one day, and then just after they went up, and you can see they're at $110. Now, although this may not seem like a big deal, like, oh, what, it's gone up $10, $15, who cares? But the thing is like I said, these were reprinted back to back to back. And on this third reprint, the prices did not drop really at all. So you have to imagine, my theory that I truly believe Pokemon, I don't think they're going to keep reprinting all these products at the exact same pace they have been doing because there's so many other products they need to give attention to, a big one being Destined Rivals. So seeing that this is already $110, imagine where the prices are going to be at the end of the year if they do not reprint ETBs again. These are just early signs that I'm seeing with Prismatic that, if you really thought this was ever going to go to MSRP, after 3 ETB reprints we've all gotten within a few months of each other, and this is how the market is reacting on the third reprint, you have to think to yourself, do I think that's realistic anymore? And when you look at what's happened, it seems basically impossible. So I've told you guys pretty much for the past few months, all the reprints we've been getting, you should be buying. I've bought from every single reprint, and hopefully you guys have been doing that because now, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but locally around me, I was back then able to find double-digit quantities of ETBs relatively easily. That is almost impossible now. People have already either scalped, sold all their stuff, or people have already, just bought them for themselves or whatever, and there's just not much hitting the market like there used to be. So I truly believe Prismatic Evolutions, some of these products, we're getting to the point of turning where Pokemon, if they don't reprint these, like they've been reprinting them like a million times in the past few months, we're going to see some pretty big price appreciation towards the end of the year. Now, cases, have recently gone up to about $1,500. I just bought a case for $1,000, and I knew it was it was like a decent deal, and now it's $1,500. So I guess I saved myself also after taxes, because I paid $1,000, it was like all cash. I saved over like $500. So I guess I didn't go off too bad because, as you can see here, lowest listed right now on TCG Player is about $1,500. It's the same thing on eBay. They're all around the same price. So now cases are about $1,500. As you can see, just yesterday, 8 cases sold for $1,300, and now we're about at $1,500. So hey guys, if you find any cases around you for about $1,000, like I was able to, I think it would be pretty smart to pick up the case, especially all the drops we've gotten recently, all from retail stores. Cases right now, it's going to probably, if this is how Pokemon is starting to distribute product, cases might be worth looking into, even though, cases paying this much of a premium at this point seems maybe a bit much, but hey, if they don't reprint cases, then, the case premium is going to be accentuated. Is that the right word? But yeah, cases are now going for about $1,500. So next year, the PC ETBs, guys, I've been talking about this product literally since it got reprinted for the first time. The second time, this was the most obvious buy, in my opinion, of all time. I literally talked about it, and hopefully you guys did buy when they were $200, because basically you would have doubled your money in a few months. Now, is this crazy that you would have doubled your money? Honestly, in my opinion, I didn't think it was going to be this fast, but I knew in probably within 6 months, they were probably going to get to $400, and it happened within basically 2. So I sort of saw this coming, to be honest with you guys. That's why I bought it. I wish I would have bought more, to be honest with you. Like I said, everything so far in this market, I wish I would have bought more, especially after all these reprints. But I really just try to buy locally, and at some point I just wasn't able to find any more. And yeah, they're now basically $400. So these, you can see in the past week, have seen a huge increase in sales volume. You can see they're selling in about the double digits now per day at $400. Guys, it's a sign of the times. If you can find them anywhere near you for the low to mid threes, because I'm able to find a couple for like $350. If you have not purchased them after the reprints, I'd say $350 is not a bad buy at all. Even if you pay $400, to be honest, even if you pay $400, I don't think that's that bad, but it does suck. You're literally paying after it's doubled within the past couple months. But hey, if you missed out or you waited, what can you do, right? But at this price point, I still think it's not a bad investment. Looking at 151, you're, in my opinion, you could probably expect to double your money within a year or two during that time frame. I think, if Pokemon does not reprint PCTVs, I don't think that's a crazy estimation. So therefore, double your money in a year or two, that's not bad at all. So $400, I don't even think that's bad. But especially locally, if you can find them for low threes, mid threes, that's like an instant buy, in my opinion. If you waited until now to buy. But you can see there's been a huge increase in sales within the past week, and even just in this month, they've been selling a lot more. I think people are starting to realize these PCTBs were a pretty good pickup even at the $300 range. And now they've reached $400. So the super premium collections, these were pretty cheap for a while. You can see, when these first got released, they were sitting in like the $190, $200 range for quite a bit. There was a ton of these. And they are starting to see some pretty crazy price appreciation. You can see in the past few weeks, they've started to go up quite a bit. And if you actually scroll through all these lowest listeds, you can actually see once you get to the people that actually have a good amount of sales, you can see this is about a $270 product now. You can see some sales have been around $260, $270 because some of these are just like people with no ratings. So this is a $270 super premium collection. So if you can find any products in the low $200 range, probably not a bad buy. We'll see if they reprint these. I had a theory that I mentioned before that possibly Costco would maybe carry these because they carried 151 UPCs, and we've been seeing Costco, Sam's Club get all these products, all these prismatic products. I sort of made a theory that maybe they would reprint these. But honestly, I don't even know what's happening anymore. So I think if you can buy them in the low 200s, that's a pretty safe buy. And obviously, these super premiums are going to do pretty well. So this is definitely a good product to have, especially that fruitcake EV. So that's my take on that. Obviously, a very good product, obviously, but it is starting to go up almost to $300 now. So to speak on some products here that I believe are pretty good buys right now at this point, booster bundles. I'm not exactly sure what has happened to booster bundles of Prismatic. I don't know what place dropped them. I know the Costco bundle contains booster bundles and ETBs, but the ETBs really have not dropped in price at all for the past few weeks. They've gone up. So there must be some other source of these booster bundles getting reprinted, because as you can see, prices have dropped quite a bit. Sales volume has seen a huge increase. And yeah, I'm seeing locally tons of people have loose booster bundles. There must have been some sort of drop I'm not aware of, to be honest. I don't really pay attention to retail drops or anything, but there must have been. So if you guys know, you guys can leave down in the comments below. I honestly didn't know what happened, but guys, locally, people are selling them for $50. I'm seeing many people selling them for $50. If the trend continues, which I think is going to happen, booster bundles, while these are products seemingly that Pokemon likes to reprint more than others, when they stop reprinting booster bundles so heavily, guys, you look at 151 Paldean Fates. Those booster bundles are pretty much $100. I think 151's like around $90. Buying at $50, paying, what is that per pack? Let me do the math. 50 divided by 6. What is that? So you're paying $8.33 a pack, which is a little bit less than loose pack price. I think loose pack price right now is $9. Like, why would you not buy that? So if you guys can't find any ETBs around you in a large quantity or whatever, booster bundles. I'm seeing a lot around me for $50. If you guys can buy them for $50 flat, it's a pretty instantaneous buy. So that's my take on the Prismatic booster bundles at $50. It's like, I wish I could go back to the point where 150 got one. If you guys remember, 151 got reprinted, the booster bundles. They dropped quite a bit to like $50. And yeah, just recently, obviously, you guys saw me. I picked up some 151 booster bundles. Now, obviously, they're $90 plus. So buying Prismatic at this price point is a pretty obvious buy in my opinion, and be one I'd recommend you guys if you didn't pick up like ETBs at $89 or the PC ETBs at low 200s. If you're now just getting to buying Prismatic, even still buying all those products I just mentioned, normal ETBs, PC ETBs, still perfectly fine. But a very good opportunity right now is booster bundles because they just got heavily reprinted, and as you can see, prices have dropped about $10, and you can see a massive increase in sales. It's just a matter of time before they start going up as well. Now, another product, this has been sort of under the radar. Once again, I'm not sure how these got reprinted or where the supply came from, but these have seen a huge drop in the past month. I don't know what happened, but a lot of these apparently just showed up on the market. I've been able to find these for $40 locally, guys. At that point, you're paying $10 per pack plus the stamp promos. Stamp promos, I'm not exactly sure how much they're going for right now. I know they're not going for as much as they used to, but guys, buying a surprise box at $40, $10 per pack, and you're getting that stamp promo. I know the stamp promo isn't that great, but there is going to be collectability to these boxes because it's a randomized 1 out of 9 promo. So I just think, this is another product. It's not going to be overnight for this one, especially to see a huge price increase. I checked the supply in the market. There's a bunch of these. So this is definitely more of a long-term play if you want to buy right now. But guys, at $40, you can buy locally. It's $10 per pack plus the promo. At one point this was like $80+. It's going to go back at some point. It's not going to be overnight, so this definitely is a more longer term play. I would probably prioritize the booster bundles over the surprise boxes because these don't have as high of a sales volume, but these at some point will also start going up. But the booster bundles I would prioritize more if you can get them for about $50. Now lastly here, Prismatic Evolutions, the premium collection. These are pretty good. I've been able to find them for about $110 locally around me. These have 14 packs. So if you do the math on that, 110 divided by 14, you're paying just under $8 per pack, which you're saving like $1 per pack compared to loose packs. I'm not a fan of these products, to be honest, like these huge collection boxes, guys. I recently just, saw how big like a Blooming Waters collection box was. Honestly, it's bad. They're huge. You kind of just got to break them down, to be honest, if you ever plan on shipping these, selling them on eBay. It's just the premium. I don't know exactly how much Seeing Sky boxes are compared to the loose pack price. If there is really no premium, and based on that, these ones, you're basically buying them for the packs. But obviously, if you can keep them sealed, then that would be great. But the packs, it's mainly the packs you're buying from here. And you are getting a pretty good discount. If you can find these for especially like $100, that's a pretty obvious buy. But these boxes are ginormous. It's really hard to recommend, telling you guys to buy this ginormous box. But there will be a point where loose pack prices go up because, loose pack prices have gone down quite a bit because of like all these reprints. And this obviously recently just came out and has caused prices to drop more. But if you can find these for $100, $110, these are a pretty good buy. But you are just mainly buying for the loose packs because these boxes, there's no great promo here, and they're just ginormous. The shipping is gonna destroy your profits because the shipping is probably gonna be like $15 because of how big the box is. So that's what I want to show you guys, just what Prismatic Evolutions has been doing. Some of the products I'd recommend you guys buying. Booster bundles are a huge one I recommend you guys buying at $50. I've been able to find them a lot around me for $50. That's a huge one I recommend you guys buying. If you're looking to buy Prismatic, still normal ETBs, still fine to buy. PC ETBs, still okay to buy. But booster bundles are a big product, I think, at $50. Looking at 151 and Paladin Fates, you can't really beat that. So that's all I want to show you guys here. Prismatic Evolutions, we are starting to see price movements, and I'll continue to update you guys once we see if we see more movements. But things are going fast. All these reprints, I truly believe if Pokemon really stops reprinting so heavily towards the end of the year, during the holidays and everything, the market, if it continues to be strong, I think we're going to look at these prices and be like, wow, we had so much opportunity after all these reprints, and I didn't take advantage. And by the end of the year, we may see prices be pretty crazy depending on how this market turns out. But that's all I want to show you guys. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.